What's going on, everyone? Mario here with AutoDS, and today I'm going to be explaining to you everything that you need to know about AutoDS. What is it? How do you use it? How do you get started with it? Today I'm going to answer everything that you've been wondering. So with that, let's just go ahead and get straight into it. What is AutoDS? Well, simply put, AutoDS is a dropshipping automation software that pretty much streamlines the entire business for you, from importing your first products to fulfilling your customers' orders and even sending them the tracking numbers. AutoDS pretty much takes care of everything for you, and it makes it really hands-off. So now that you know what AutoDS is, let's just go ahead and get straight into it and find out how to connect your store to AutoDS and how it can help you. So the very first thing that we're gonna have to do is simply sign up for AutoDS. And there's always a promotion going on of 2 weeks for $1, but right now there's actually an exclusive promotion going on for this YouTube channel. And to get a little bit more information on that, just check out the description down below. There's going to be a code there and the link for you to use where you can get a lot more details, and you're going to get pretty good deals. So I highly suggest you check that out. Now, once you do have everything signed up, then you're going to be able to connect your store. So what stores can we connect to AutoDS, or what marketplaces can we connect to AutoDS? So there's actually quite a few that we can dropship to. Typically speaking, up here, it is going to say add store, especially if you just signed up. But since I have a lot of stores already open and connected, for me, it shows one of my stores' names. So I'm going to click on there, and then I'm going to click on add store down here. And these are all of the different stores that you can connect where you can dropship to. So if you're selling on Shopify, if you're selling on eBay, Amazon, Facebook Marketplace, or Facebook store if you're outside of the US, or if you have a store on Wix, if you have a website on Wix, WooCommerce, Etsy, or TikTok Shop. All of these different platforms are eligible to be dropshipped on through AutoDS. If you're selling on any one of these platforms, you can benefit from automation. So from here, really all you have to do is simply select your store. Now, whether it's eBay, Amazon, or any of these other ones, it's always really easy to get started on this. If you do want a very deep dive into how you can start dropshipping on any one of these different platforms, then just check out our channel, check out our full guides, because we have guides that explain everything that you need to know from A to Z. So if you want to know how to dropship on Amazon specifically, you can go ahead and check out that video, or Shopify, eBay, whichever one. But for now, let's go ahead and choose Shopify because this one actually has a couple of extra features for you. So let's go ahead and click on continue. At this part, you can either go ahead and connect your existing Shopify store, or you can create a Shopify store or generate a Shopify store using AI. Now, if you go this route, you are gonna have, for one, a special for Shopify. So typically speaking, they do have 3 months for $1 each month. These promotions are subject to change, but 3 months for $3, not bad. And on top of that, you get a fully built Shopify store that's already preloaded with winning and expertly curated dropshipping products. So really, it's a win-win. You don't have to pay anything extra for this type of store or for a pre-built store. Everything is done automatically for you. And again, we have tons of different videos that explain this entire process for you so you can see how it works from A to Z and how easy it is. This is just one way that you can do this. This is just one of the different stores that you can connect. Now, once you do have your marketplace connected, whether it be Shopify, Amazon, Etsy, or whatever else, the next thing that we need to do is start importing our products. That's one of the biggest features that we offer through AutoDS, automatic product importing. Now, to do this, there's a few different methods to do this. For one, you can simply click on over here, add products, either single product or multiple product, and you have a couple of different options, but the most popular or the most used are going to be these two. So from here, let's simply do the multiple products. Let me give you a quick demo on how that works. Let's go to Amazon and let's just see if we can sell or import any one of these dog collars. So this one's actually really cool. Kind of reminds me of Burberry. So that's definitely going to be one. Let's do a basic purple one, and let's do this one. Oh, it's a shock collar. Let's not do the shock collar. Let's do this one, this tactical one. So we have 3 different products, all being sourced from Amazon. Now, let's go ahead and take these links. We're going to run to AutoDS. We're going to paste the first one there. Press enter. We're going to go to the next one. Press enter there. And then we're going to take the last link and we're going to place it third. So one thing that we always suggest is that if you are importing bulk imports or multiple products at the same time, try to stick to the same supplier. So if you're importing from AliExpress, try doing all of the different links from AliExpress and so on. It just makes it a lot easier and a lot more streamlined. Now, the other option you have is to upload through a CSV file or the AutoDS Finder. If you do the Finder, AutoDS pretty much just picks the products for you. So I usually just go with the bulk product importing. So from here, all we have to do is click on add as draft, and all of our products are going to be added to our draft section, which I'll show you in just a minute. That's how you add single or multiple products. But besides that, we have the marketplace. Now, the cool thing about the marketplace is that you have tons of different sellers on here, from different suppliers like AliExpress, Amazon, even Kmart, Redbubble, and a few others, to private suppliers that work exclusively with AutoDS. Now, these private suppliers actually give you a lot of different perks, because on top of special pricing, you get fast shipping, and you even have the option to brand some of your products. So let's just go ahead and click on AutoDS suppliers. And now you can see all of the different products that ship from the AutoDS warehouse and our private suppliers. So as you can see, they have discounted prices. And then if you keep scrolling through some of these, you're going to have the option here to import draft. So you can import products directly from the section. Let's say if you click into this product, you have some information on the product itself, and then you're able to import the draft from here as well. Now, another cool thing that you have on here is the message supplier option. So you can message the supplier with any questions that you have, and you have the option to create a sample order. So this is really cool because this allows you to order just one to yourself or to anybody else. So you're able to order a sample, pay the item cost of $5.51 plus the shipping, which in this case is $0. And you can order yourself a sample, or you can order a sample to, let's say, an influencer or somebody that you're working with. Maybe is going to create a video for you or promote the product for you or whatever it may be. Now, the other option that we have under the marketplace is going to be the handpicked product section. And this is actually the creme de la crop, I guess you could say. All of the products on here are exclusively picked by expert dropshippers with a specific criteria in mind. These are all proven to be trending and currently best sellers, and they're all moving. So through here, you're going to find all of these trending and handpicked products. Of course, you can go ahead and filter by your niche or the category of products, and you have a couple of other filters as well. So you have the option to see which of these products have ads on Facebook or TikTok, how many orders have been placed in the past month, what your profit potential can be, how much the product costs, and when the product was imported to AutoDS. So through here, let's see if we click into one of these. This looks pretty interesting. A balloon popping game. So once we click into it, we actually have a bit different information than what we would have with the marketplace. On here, we have an engagement score and a saturation score. So the saturation score simply tells you how saturated the market is with this product, but don't let that scare you off if you ever see it under full market, because honestly, saturation is more of a marketing difficulty scale. Because think about it, at this point, every single product, every single niche, every single business is oversaturated. It's just up to you to be able to stand out. But either way, as you can see, this one right now is currently under busy. There are a few people talking about it. There's a few people selling it, but it's got a bit to go before it gets into the full market. Now, the engagement score, this simply just tells you how active this product is on social media, how many likes and interactions the videos are getting. And if you want to see those, you can actually see them here through the social ads section. Here you have the direct links to different TikTok ads and different Facebook ads if it's available. Besides that, up here you have a target audience. So if you're running ads on TikTok or Facebook ads, then you can make sure that you use this to target the right people that are actually interested in this type of product. Then you have the competitor section. This one's pretty cool because you get to see what other people are doing. So if we click into any one of these, like let's say this Bonanza website, we can see the product being sold here. We can see how their product page is laid out, how everything looks, how they're advertising it. This is a pretty basic and simple one, but there are a few different pages on here that are pretty extravagant and look really good. So it's really good to be able to see what other people are doing. So you can either copy it or mimic it in your own style, or just completely avoid it, because some of these sellers really don't care about what their product pages look like, which I don't understand why, because I mean, how are you going to get sales, right? But you know, to each their own. These can serve as either what to do or what not to do. Besides that, you have the AutoDS Insights, which just gives you a bit of extra information and more recommended products. So similar products. Now, if you see that this product is right for you, you can go ahead and import the draft directly through here. And if there's different variations, you can choose them here. And of course, if you want to order a sample to check it out first, you can order it directly through this page. Now at the top tab over here, you do have a couple of extras. So you have the product info. This is pretty much, I guess you could say, the description that these products have from their suppliers. But then you also have the product specifications, any policy, any return policy from the supplier, and the different reviews for this product from the supplier's page. All right, besides that, another thing that we have is the trending product section. Now, everything that you see on here are actually imported through AI. So these are not touched by humans. This is simply an AI that scours the internet and just looks for products that have traction, have videos that are being constantly interacted with, and just products that could have a lot of potential. It's kind of like the same, like the other ones. You have the option to import your draft, and when you click into it, you have a different section on the inside. You have a bit different information. So you have some general sales information, where it's selling, and a bit more information that can help you choose whether or not this product is good for you to dropship. All right, so let's check out the ads by section now, because here you can actually get information on ads that are currently running. So here you can find all of the different ads that are running, promoting dropshipping products. But not just that, some of these are also affiliate links. Take, for example, people that are promoting products, but they're not necessarily dropshipping them. Instead, they're offering them as affiliates. At the end of the day, these are still products that are popping, whether you are selling them yourself or whether you're promoting them for somebody else. This is going to give you all of the different ads, so that way you can take these as inspiration. You can create your own UGC, you can create your own ads, or you can simply use these to do product research to see what ads are actually trending, what products are actually getting some interactions, which products are getting eyes on them. Now through here, you actually have 3 different options to choose from, 4 technically, but 3. Now you can see what ads are running and are popping off on Facebook, on Instagram, and on TikTok, all separately or together. And then you have here just a couple of extra filters that can help you really just narrow down your search. And then on the actual ads themselves, let's go ahead and check this one right here, right? So you can see the TikTok ad, you can see the interactions on it. So how many likes, comments, and shares. You can watch the ad.
I think it's about time that we get rid of these hampers that
directly from here, or you can click on see TikTok ad. I recommend clicking on the link because then you're going to have all of this extra information with the engagement stats for the last week, the ad timeline, and even down here, the product itself. So if we click into it, it's going to take us to the marketplace, which in this case, it's being sold on TikTok Shop. And this is the product they were talking about. Obviously, we're not going to be able to source it directly from there, but what we can do is we can do a right click, go to search with Google Lens, highlight this image, and then over here on the side, we can search through all of these different websites and eventually or ultimately find the supplier. So we can even look for, let's say, AliExpress, right? So we can see we can find it directly on AliExpress. How much are they selling it for? Looks like on this one, they're actually selling it for 26. On TikTok, they were selling it for 29. This might be a different model or it might be the same one. I'm not entirely sure. But at the end of the day, we can go ahead and start looking through all these different listings and see which one has the better price, which one has a better supplier. This is just one way to be able to backtrace images to find different websites that are selling the same product. And again, if you want more information on Google Lens, we have an entire video that teaches you how to use it for your dropshipping business. And of course, we have right here the ad itself. So I
think it's about time that we get.
So we can watch the ad directly from here as well. All right, now another option that you have through AutoDS is actually print on demand. And I personally started with print on demand before I discovered dropshipping, and I loved it simply because it really gives you a creative outlet, right? So if you're somebody that likes to design t-shirts, you like to draw, you like to a little bit of graphic design, stuff like that, and you've always wanted to sell your own products or your own merch, you can do that using the POD on AutoDS. So every single one of these products are customizable. And you're not limited to just t-shirts and garments. You can actually do a lot of other things like cups, mugs, towels, keychains, wall art. You even have some pretty interesting ones like these square candles, Christmas ornaments, and a lot more. And designing these, super simple. Just go to the all products section, choose which one you want. Let's say we're going to do a t-shirt. Here we have the product information. We can message a supplier like before, choose the different sizes and the different colors. And then we can click on edit product. And from here, we simply just go ahead and choose the different colors that we want. So let's say we want to do black and green. I want to put maybe the design on the back instead of the front. I can click on add image. Then this one comes out. I can go ahead and position it to wherever I want. And that's pretty much it. From here, I can preview it so I can see exactly what it's going to look like. So that's what it's going to look like. To choose the different colors. And then once I'm ready, I can click on save. And then it's added to my draft section like the other products that I showed you earlier. Now, besides that, the other options that we have, the other pages, are going to be the orders tab. So this is where you're going to have all of your different orders. Here you have the product themselves. You have the date, you have the order status. So when you first get the product in, it's going to show as pending or ordered. Then you have shipped, delivered, or canceled. Now, in between ordered and shipped, there's something that you do need to know about this because you can either have your products pushed yourself or you can have AutoDS push the products for you. Now, AutoDS has 2 different ways to order your products. It has automatic orders and it has fulfilled by AutoDS. Automatic orders is super simple. All it does is simply use your login credentials to log into the supplier, like let's say Amazon or AliExpress, and make the purchase on your behalf using your credit card, your debit card, whatever it is that you have set up. Fulfilled by AutoDS, instead of using your accounts, it actually uses the AutoDS accounts. And this is really cool because for something like Amazon isn't very dropshipper friendly. They will ban your account if they realize that you're dropshipping or you're shipping their products to other people. So instead, people opt in for Fulfilled by AutoDS because it uses the AutoDS buyer accounts that are also Prime eligible. So your customers are still going to have next day shipping or 2-day shipping, and your buyer account is never going to be touched. It's never going to be put in jeopardy. Now, in order to do this though, you do need to update your balance. So you are going to have a balance loaded. that AutoDS is going to use to pay for your products. Now on this page, again, you are going to have the order status. So whether it's been ordered, shipped, delivered, or if the product was canceled. You also have the estimated arrival date, and you have a sourcing request option. So what a sourcing request is pretty much simply a way to be able to find the same product from different suppliers. So you can compare different shipping speeds, shipping prices, and even the product price. So you can see which supplier works best for you. Now here I do already have a few, so let's click on review sourcing. So for this particular product, I actually only got back one supplier. There's usually a few more, but in this case, I did just get one. And it's telling me that for this one, I can source it for $2.23 and my shipping time is 5 days. So it's not that bad. Then we have a products tab, which I'll show you right after the next one, which is the drafts tab. The reason I'm showing you this one first is because this is actually kind of like the way that it goes in chronological order. It'll go to your drafts tab and then to your products tab, because your products tab is where your products that are already live are being held at. So on here, we're going to have all of these different products. These are all different products that I have imported that are not live on my store. They're sitting in my drafts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click to edit, or I can import directly to my page. But I suggest clicking to edit first, simply because on this part, we can go ahead and edit the title. We can add it to any collections if we're, dropshipping on Shopify. And then we have our tags. Now the tags aren't going to be for SEO purposes or anything like that. Instead, the tags are going to be for analytics purposes. So the tags let you keep track of what products or what categories are selling, or what tags are selling. Then we have the brand. That doesn't really matter. We have the shipping methods. So the shipping methods are going to be 3 different ones. We have cheapest with tracking, and fastest with tracking. Now cheapest, it could be the cheapest, but it might not have tracking, which I don't suggest. I always suggest you providing tracking. And then we have fastest with tracking, which is going to give you the tracking, but it might be really expensive. So I always recommend going with cheapest with tracking. You're going to have the cheapest shipping with the option to give tracking to your customers. And then from here, we can also go ahead and activate stock and price monitoring and the auto orders. So stock monitoring is simply just AutoDS keeping track of the stock on your supplier side. If you're dropshipping from AliExpress, then what's going to happen here is whenever your supplier goes down in stock, then AutoDS is going to adjust accordingly. So that way, if they run out of stock one day, you're not going to be stuck with no inventory or selling products that you don't have available at the moment. Price monitoring is going to do the same thing except for prices. So if your supplier raises prices by 5%, then AutoDS will do the same thing for your prices. So you're always in the green. And then auto order, we talked about this earlier, but this is simply just the option to have your orders just rerouted directly to your suppliers without you having to do anything. Now, here on the title, one thing I didn't tell you about is the option to optimize your title with AI. So we can go ahead and optimize our titles. We can go ahead and make our titles sound a bit more professional, sellable, funny, or optimize them for social networks like Instagram, Facebook, or anything else. And we could choose a temperature. So do we want it to be balanced, more creative, or more precise to the information that's already there in the title? We can do the same thing for the description, or we can do it for both the title and description. Now, next up, we have the products page. So through the products page, we have the option to be able to really just adjust our description. This is going to be the description in our products. We can optimize it with AI, and we even have the option to generate a product page with AI. So this is actually really cool. This is going to come up with a really nice product page. Let me go ahead and show you really fast. Let's go ahead and generate that product page. And as you can see, it's just being created in real time. So it optimized our images, our title, our description. It gives us these nice little buttons, some reviews, and it even optimizes the rest of the product page. So it's not just a bunch of text or a bunch of photos on our products. So as you can see, it made it look a lot nicer. So if this is what we want, we can simply just click on save. Then we have our variants tab. Now the variants tab here, this is really special because you can actually optimize your pricing, and you can already take into consideration your fees. So if we go ahead and click on the edit option here, we're going to have our pricing calculator. So here we can see how much we're purchasing our product at, the fees associated to our marketplace, in this case Shopify, the profit percentage we want to make. Right now we're looking at 20%. Our profit dollar amount, I keep that at 0. So in this case, we want to sell our product at $6.82 to make a $1.10 profit. And this is already excluding our fees. So that's really good. Now here, let's go ahead and up this to 60%. We want to make a 60% profit. So in this case, we want to sell at $9.09 to make a profit of $3.31, already excluding our 3% in fees. Now, besides that, we have the general section here, which just has a bit information on the product or the variation itself. And once we're happy with this, we can click on save. And that's pretty much it. We can either do this all together, or we can select everything at once, click on edit, and then enter our sell price or whatever it is that we want through here. Then we have our images tab. Here you can go ahead and add, edit, or delete any images. We do have a built-in image editor, but then after this, once we actually go ahead and save and import, then the product is going to be live in our store. And in order to see what products are live in our store, we just click on the products tab over here. And then it's pretty much kind of the same thing as our drafts tab, except for live products. So if we want to edit anything on here, we can go ahead and click on the more options and then click on edit, or we have some quick links through here as well. All right, besides that, we have the customer support tab. So the customer support tab is pretty cool because on here, you're actually going to have customer support from eBay. So this is where you're going to see all of your different messages if you're dropshipping on eBay. So if you're dropshipping on eBay, any messages that you get through there, you can see them on the eBay website, or you can see them through here. So on the dashboard, we can see really all of the products that we're selling. So how many new products we've imported, how much money we've made, how many orders we have, and what our total profit is. Now on here, besides that, we have a nice little graph that gives us information. And then down here, we just have a few different recommended partners, some apps that you can use for your Shopify store that can really just help you out with your store overall or your dropshipping business. And that's pretty much it. Remember, if you want a deep dive on any one of these different topics, any one of these different sections, we have a playlist that's completely dedicated to that. So that way you can learn the ins and outs of AutoDS and how you can use it to your advantage. But hopefully today's video was able to help you get started with AutoDS and really explain to you how it works and what it does to help your dropshipping business and how it can efficiently help you scale. If that is the case, if you did find any informative value in this video, please make sure you smash that like button, make sure you subscribe. With that, my name is Mario with AutoDS. If there's anything else that you want to know, drop it down in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And yeah, with that, that's pretty much it. See you guys next time.